The MCU just introduced one of the strongest beings in the Marvel Universe. In the latest Guardians of the Galaxy movie, we see the birth of Adam Warlock, or as in the comics known as him. Let's dive into the comics and see how Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created him and how he was rebirthed and renamed into Adam Warlock. The story begins with the disappearance of Alicia Masters, Ben Grimm, or the Thing's girlfriend. A secret group of scientists known as the Enclave, residing in an advanced commune called the Beehive, has kidnapped Alicia. They intend to use her sculpting skills to shape the face of their creation. Meanwhile, Mr. Fantastic decided to make a machine that would help them see what happened to Alicia by tracing their heat signatures. The scientists showed Alicia their facility, while all of a sudden their creation became unstable. The scientists revealed that they can't look at their creation because he emits a blinding light that would blind them, and since Alicia is already blind, it couldn't harm her. Meanwhile, back at Alicia's place, Mr. Fantastic already started his heat image tracer. The Fantastic Four was able to witness how Alicia was abducted and went through a wall. Back at the Enclaves, a man named Hamilton volunteered to accompany Alicia inside the chambers. Going back to the Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic discovered that the bracelet the man was using is the key for them to pass through the wall, and they needed to duplicate it. The issue ends with Alicia and Hamilton facing a red wall. They can sense his presence. He is coming closer to them. He is almost upon them. In the second part of the story, Mr. Fantastic started on building the wristband the abductor was using. Meanwhile, back at the Enclaves, inside the chamber, the creation was becoming very unstable. After a random blast almost hit them, Hamilton unleashed bullets towards the creation. The creation needed to die. The scientists outside the chambers are monitoring their movements. One of the scientists then decided to show others of his backup plan in case things go south. He showed them a detonator that would send their creation to the outmost part of space. Meanwhile, back at the chambers, Alicia can hear the creation calling her. The voice guided her to where he is located. Alicia finally arrived where him is located. He started feeling the place to get a sense of what him looks like, but she discovered he is inside a cocoon. Him confirms he is inside the cocoon and will be born soon. Back at the Fantastic Four's lab, Mr. Fantastic has finished the wristband and is ready to test it. It allowed them to walk through the wall and into the Beehive. The Fantastic Four then fought with the scientists inside the facility. Back at the chambers, Hamilton was able to catch up with Alicia. He revealed their true purpose for him and that they wanted him to serve them as masters. They wanted to rule the world. As Hamilton was about to blast the cocoon, him sensed his intentions and blasted him first. Meanwhile, the Fantastic Four continued fighting as they made their way to the chambers. A big explosion happened inside and left Hamilton dead. Him wanted to get revenge. He wanted to kill his creators for all they have planned. And now Ben has finally reunited with Alicia as we see him finally born. The scientists finally use their fail switch while the Fantastic Four rushes back to the portal. Him has caught up with his creators. He doesn't want to involve himself with their plans. As he gathered energy to depart the place, it resulted to a big blast that ultimately killed the scientists and the issue ends. Fast forward in Marvel Premiere issue number 1. In this story, the High Evolutionary encounters Him's cocoon floating in the outer space. He examines the cocoon inside his ship and was able to talk to him. He discovered that Him is the ultimate ultra-human he has always desired to create. Him told the High Evolutionary story on how he was born. The High Evolutionary in return also shared his plan of a new Earth, and he needs to destroy his previous creation as they are already corrupted by the Man-Beast. Meanwhile, Man-Beast has discovered the High Evolutionary ship and has boarded it. They fought with each other, but the High Evolutionary was no match. However, Him's cocoon begins to open and at last Him is reborn. Him saved the High Evolutionary. Him then volunteered to save the New Earth instead of it being destroyed. And finally, the High Evolutionary gifted him the Soul Gem to protect him from the snares of Man-Beast. As he went to the New Earth, the High Evolutionary gifted him the name Warlock. But it was only on the early pages of Marvel Premiere issue number 2 where he got his first name, Adam. Fantastic Four issue number 66 and issue number 67, published in 1967, are two pivotal issues in the Marvel Universe as they mark the initial introduction of the character known as Him, who would later be known as Adam Warlock. And in Marvel Premiere issue number 1, published in April 1972, is a significant issue as well as it marks the reintroduction and transformation of him into the character known as Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. As an artificial being designed for perfection, he possesses a range of superhuman abilities. Superhuman strength. Warlock possesses a high degree of strength, allowing him to lift and carry massive weights and battle against physically powerful foes. Superhuman speed. He can move at speeds far exceeding those of ordinary humans. Superhuman durability. His body is resistant to all types of injury. He can withstand high caliber bullets, exposure to temperature and pressure extremes, and powerful energy blasts without sustaining injury. Flight. Warlock can propel himself through the air and even traverse the vacuum of space unaided. Energy manipulation and projection. Adam Warlock can manipulate cosmic energy for a variety of effects, including the projection of energy blasts powerful enough to harm beings like Thor or Thanos. Regenerative healing factor. Adam Warlock can recover from injuries much faster than a human being. He is also immune to all earthly diseases and infections. Resurrection and reincarnation. Warlock has the ability to cocoon himself when injured or in need of power upgrade. This cocoon stage allows him to heal and evolve, and he sometimes emerges with new abilities. Most notably, Adam Warlock possesses the Soul Gem, one of the 6 Infinity Gems. This gem grants him several additional abilities. Adam Warlock has encountered and battled many foes throughout his adventures in the Marvel Universe. Here are some of his primary adversaries. Thanos. Thanos the Mad Titan is often seen as Adam Warlock's arch enemy. They have clashed several times, most notably during the Infinity Gauntlet storyline, where Warlock plays a crucial role in defeating Thanos. Magus. Magus is a future, evil version of Warlock himself, representing his potential for power and corruption. In the Infinity War storyline, Magus is the main antagonist, forcing Warlock and the rest of the Marvel heroes to battle him. The Universal Church of Truth. This fanatical religious organization led by Magus has frequently clashed with Warlock. Their doctrine often involves conquest and subjugation of planets, putting them at odds with Warlock's objectives. Man-Beast. An enemy from Warlock's early days, Man-Beast is a creation of the High Evolutionary gone wrong. He was the primary antagonist on Counter-Earth, the world that Warlock was initially tasked to protect. The Enclave. The group of scientists who originally created Warlock, then known as him, has often clashed with their creation, most notably in his early appearances in the Fantastic Four comics.
So if you guys are looking for something else to watch, I'd recommend you watch this origin story of Kang right here, since Kang is the current villain of the MCU and you might be more interested to know more about him. So this is Carl, and see you in the next one.